All right, welcome back, everyone. To Isyour6covered. Appreciate you showing up. And I had some technical difficulties. For some reason, I hit a button and it wouldn't turn the microphone on, wouldn't turn the cameras on. So it's kind of been one of those weeks. One of them weeks. So let's see what camera I'm using here. And then we'll get to going, have some fun, and tell you about the adventures of the last couple days. Let me see, what audio are we using? Test 1, 2. I don't want to use that one. I want to use this. Bada bam. Speaker. Let's see here. Camera. Sorry, for some reason it changed all the settings. So I got that going for me. All right, let me get rid of this damn thing and see who's out there. So turn this on silent because for some reason you guys always want to text me. Yeah, somewhere like that. I don't think I moved it. All right. So first off, I gotta have some tea. Just got back like about, 40 minutes ago from a 4.5-hour drive home from the great state of Tennessee. But let's get started. I say El Gato out there, but we'll start at the top. We got Mr. Seebeck. What is going on? Steve Headley, Drew Bradley, your pal Matt. And Big Country's in the house. I heard he's been shooting well lately. Let's see. Let me read some of these comments here before I keep moving down. I don't know, but I know what you're talking about. That's pretty dang nasty. Steve Healy says, what's up, everybody? Say second place. I'm last place. Yeah, Chris Beck came in first, Steve Healy in second, and Drew Bradley in third. You guys know I'm always placing you in the top three when we do these live chats. And I don't know why, but it's just always been fun for the years. Your pal Matt's out there. Okay, so don't worry, folks. Rick is getting some of his talking points from AOC. What is it called? What did she used to say? I'm going to circle back. I'm going to circle back to that one, Drew Bradley. Maxine Waters. All right. It's getting really bad now. We got Richard out there. He's an hour late. El Gato Grande. What's going on, Mr. Chris C? Tyler Horse out there, Richard L., Chris Estes, Tim Rink, Kentucky Precision. What's going on? English Rifleman, DW, Georgia here. Where's my West Virginia boy at? I haven't seen him yet. Let's see here. Jack Porter's out there. Sean D. There he is. Wombat, West Virginia. We got Okie 405 out there. Just placed my order for my Rim-X from DP Gunworks. Can't wait to get to shoot it. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, tonight's chat is sponsored by DP Gunworks out in Arizona. We got Mr. Brian Putney. He put on his first 22 match. And we're actually going to talk about Brian's match. So that's pretty awesome. Abigail from Florida is out there. Ozzy Steve is out there. Oh, we got Shutout 8888. He bought all the knives at the Blade Show. I saw that big old pile you got. We got Mr. Pursuit of Accuracy out there. I met a couple guys that know you, Mr. Pursuit of Accuracy, or watch your channel. I told them it's all lies. Just kidding. BC Extreme Outdoorsman's out there. Welcome to the show. 68, Rick. I made it to 68. He saw a Pete 26. Hopefully I'm saying that right. We got Motocross J23. Greg Zinn. Let's see, a Stubborn Mule. CZ Collector's out there. Well, CZ Collector, if you're not a fan of Pursuit of Accuracy and you like shooting rimfire CZ rifles, that is definitely the channel you're going to want to watch because every video is on a CZ basically. Just kidding with you, Pursuit of Accuracy. We got Brandon Pardue out there. 38 working days left. Yeah, my buddy El Gato is getting ready to retire as a fire chief as well. So congratulations, Mr. El Gato Grande. You will be, I don't know where you're going to move to yet. Savannah, Georgia, or somewhere. I don't know where he's going. He's probably going to end up in Idaho. Bobby Gudger. Gudger's out there. What up from East Tennessee? I was just in East Tennessee. Rich Freeman. Dang, there's a lot of people on here. Damon Grail, Wisconsin in the house. Awesome. Oh, I'll tell you what, we got a good story with Wisconsin. Wisconsin, let's see here. Is it Wisconsin? No, Minnesota is what I'm thinking of. We got a good story about Minnesota coming up. All right, DW and CZ Collector, watch Josh all the time. Yeah, I figured you had found his channel. That is good to hear. Got good stuff over there for sure. So yesterday, Saturday, we went to VOD. It was an NRL 22X match and held by Chris Simmons. A very good match. So we'll talk a little bit about that one. And then I stayed at, give them a little love, I guess, Cascade Inn in Pikeville, Tennessee, and stayed there last night and then shot Brian Putney's first match that he's put on, and the place was amazing. Zero, what the hell's the name of that place? Dead Zero. Really nice facility. They do, if you guys don't know, somewhere in Tennessee, I don't remember what town it's in. It is top-notch shooting facility. They got sporting clays. They got 3-gun. They had a match today as well. That's how big this place was. They were way over there doing their 3-gun competitions. We were on the other side doing 22 long rifle stuff, and it was a lot of fun. But I don't know what town it was in. So I'm sure Putney can chime in and tell us. So Saturday, we'll start with Saturday. There was a lot of people. Let me pull it up on old practice score here. And I got some huge kudos to some certain individuals for shooting such a damn good match. And we're actually going to get some of them on here probably next week. And then we got a couple interviews we're going to be doing next week. I don't know the date yet. We haven't picked a date, but we're going to have some Minnesotians, as I like to call them. They're going to be on the channel, on their screen out in Minnesota. And we're going to have fun. We're going to really dive into this 22X match held by Chris Simmons. And so I don't want to get too deep into the woods on this one or the weeds, but I got some shout outs to, hey, when you shoot well, you deserve the shout outs. All I got to do is get to the right match because I unfortunately shoot a lot of matches. Practice score. What the hell? Let me pull it up this way. I took photos. This will be easier, I think. Of course, I was so far down at the bottom of the list that I might not be able to. So here we go. This is not the match. That was the centerfire match. Hold on. I had to shoot too much, obviously. Where the hell is this at? Is it this one? Nope. All right. It should be right here. Here we go. All right. So VOD Tactical Rimfire held Saturday, March 19th, which was yesterday. Huge shout out to Greg Stewart, Ruth, Saucy. I'm going to call her Saucy, even though it ain't. Come on, camera. Let's go. Let's go. Do it. You suck. Come on. You know what? This weekend's been like this the whole time. You are a pain in my ass. Let's go. Come on, you can do it. All right. I guess we're not going to do it that way. So we had Greg Stewart, Ruth, Susie. I don't know if that's how you say it. I apologize. Zudros. This name is going to be really hard, but got to give a shout out to third place. Zuteus Zavants. Zudis Zavants. I'm butchering it. I'm sure I am, and I apologize. But got to get all the way to 4th place. Chris Beck. Still yet to grab a VOD trophy like myself. But he shot extremely well in some extremely tough conditions. So great job. Chad Hauser, P. Parker, Michael Buckley, Barney Hudgens, Mark Wright, Ethan Warner, Mike Early, and Micah Kuhn. And the list goes on. There was quite a few shooters. I think it was almost 60 shooters, 57 shooters. I ended up in 19th place. Kind of almost a top third. Where's Ray at? Ray just got back from Blade Show. He's doing Ray stuff right now. We got Dick Hedges out there. I think they're actually, here's a little insight. If you guys are looking for knives, so he just got back from a knife show, and I know he was reloading his stock on his X-Ring-Customs.com channel for those of you that may be interested in some of those hard-to-find knives. But you didn't hear it from me, but I would go over to X-Ring Customs, and if you're looking for a knife, that's where I would go find one because of the show. Spencer, Tennessee, Brian Putney says. So, yeah, that Dead Zero is in Spencer, Tennessee. Nice place, but make sure you bring food because there's not shit within miles and miles and miles to nothing to eat. So you pack a lunch, as he put on his email, which was 100% correct. Bump it on. Let's see. All right, here we go. It says my grandparents, Cork, and a Brit. Uh-oh. Abigail's been drinking again. She's been doing it again, which caused my great-grandfather to send his children to the U.S. Oh, gotcha. All right. She hasn't been hitting the bottle yet. Let's see. All right. So let's talk about Putney's match. So he had asked, tell me if there's things that you like, didn't like. Honestly, for a first match, I would say it was really well done. The Course of Fire, Mr. Dick Hedges out there. See, this is how you run a Course of Fire. You can fold the sheet. It'll fit in the folder. You can read the whole thing. He's laughing right now, but the rest of you guys are going, what the hell are you talking about? So we started on stage 3. He's got the Course of Fire all set up, telling you what to do, how long. One of the things that I had forgotten was 120 seconds were all these stages today. Normally we shoot 90 seconds. So it was really nice to have, another half a minute to take your time, really try to get it dialed in. So here's my score for stage 1. I got an 8. So I dropped 2. I dropped 2 on stage 2 because that was a 12-round stage. I dropped 4 on stage 3. Stage 4, I dropped a whole shit ton. And it's going to get really bad here. So if you have kids in the room, make sure they're not watching you on YouTube. And then I got 2. So I dropped 3 there. It was a little windy. The targets were, some of them were tough, but definitely doable. And then 10 rounds. So I dropped 6 there. And dropped another bunch. And then whoops. Oh no, what was that? So I got a total of 46 and came in 3rd place behind Ben Blevins in 1st, which he basically Gapple beat us. And then Travis Schmitter got a 2nd place. So I beat those guys yesterday, but I didn't beat them today. And Travis and Ben Blevins, congratulations, especially Ben for getting 1st place. Well done, well done. So Course of Fire was really good. Like I said, the facility at Dead Zero is really nice. I'm really trying not to talk about the VOD match because like I said earlier, we got some people that are going to come on this week, and we're really going to dive into the weeds about it and tell you how great or how amazing or how crappy it was and all that stuff, and how big or small the targets were and all that. So we'll do that later. I'll make sure Chris Simmons is watching that one so he can get a kick out of it. Let's see. The toughest stage today was, I don't know. There was one set that had some really small targets. They were probably the perfect size target if it wasn't crazy windy. One of the things was, as a match director, you can't really, you can read the weather and find out what it's going to be, but you don't know exactly what it's going to be. So target size was bigger, and then Travis had brought in smaller targets, and they had switched them over to piano keys, they're called, basically. Or some would call them piano keys, but basically they're like, it's basically that, but thinner. And, depending on the distances, it makes it kind of tough, but it is what it is. Everybody's shooting the same course of fire. Saw a few people that watch the channel, and a couple of them are out there right now, so thank you. And it was nice to meet you folks. So something new and cool has started. If you guys aren't familiar with basically the stages, the Isyour6covered Target Challenge has actually been taking place this month. So Dick Hedges did it down in Florida. We had Chris Simmons do it here in North Carolina. Steve Marmaduke did it at his match as well. So it's pretty cool to see. I have a video. I got some videos I need to get out. I've been in lazy bones of getting out the center fire match, and now I got 2 more matches I got to do. I've been having more fun shooting than I have editing, obviously, but it's been pretty cool to get some feedback. So yesterday, because I had a chance to hear everybody talk about the challenges, or the Isyour6covered Target Challenge, was I got some really good feedback on it. It was pretty cool. I actually sold a couple sets of targets while I was there, and people are looking forward to trying to beat the 1808. I had told people it was 1818, but I had talked to the shooter today because he got off the plane earlier today, and he's all, no, it's 1808. And I'm like, man. I'm like, so that's even shorter. So hopefully one of these days we get to see that video come out. And those of you that want yours posted, make sure you email me at Isyour6covered Target Challenge at gmail.com, and I'll try to get a mirage of everybody shooting. I did get some video footage of our whole squad shooting that stage. Now, I will say, this was the last stage, so it's not even an excuse, but it had been hit. There wasn't any paint left. It was just little slivers of metal out there that you had to shoot at. And my first target I hit was the Y. So I didn't get a very good time. It was obviously, unlimited round count. Obviously, your time's getting eaten away if you miss the target. But I got down on the rifle, saw a target out there, and because I basically hit it, but it was it was a Y. So needed to hit the I first, obviously. And so it just fell apart from there. But that matched the whole day. I will give you a heads up. Saturday was a very, 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 very tough time of shooting. Was not very happy. I don't think I saw a smile on my face until I got in my car and left. It was another really bad day. I will give a congratulations to Ben Blevins for running his streak of 64 stages without cleaning a stage. So he's really trying to get that record up there. If you guys don't know what clean a stage means, that means actually hit every target. And it's been 63 stages in a row that he has not done that yet. So let's all wish him luck and see if he can clean the stage and erase that long number. All right, let me catch up here. MPA does it My way, so not changing. Oh, yeah, you're still pouting about your course of fire. Let's see here. What was that 4-letter word? Hey, what's that 4-letter word? I don't know. I know lots of 4-letter words. I even invented 4-letter words on Saturday because of what? How bad I was shooting. I've only had 7 drinks. I'm early in my drinking. Love it, Abigail. Let's see here. Sleep aids are kicking in. Everybody have a good night. Have a good night, Richard. Mr. Elster's Rifles and Reloading. Oh, you know what? I forgot about Mr. Elster's Rifles and Reloading. We were going to do something pretty cool for you guys on St. Patty's Day. And, man, I don't know. I don't even know if I can talk about it now because it was supposed to happen. I actually blanked out on it, forgot all about it. Dick Hedges says, David Farron needs a keychain. Well, I got one right here, and I got a whole box of them over there. I got 200 of them for the match directors. So if you guys don't know the challenge, you buy a set of targets, or your match director buys a set of targets. He sets up the course of fire, and whoever wins that stage wins a keychain. Basically, what did Travis call these? 22 gauge steel. So they're not so much a target. You know, you can hang them from a backpack or hang them on your wall or whatever. I got one sitting right up there. You can see the bottom of it. But they're pretty cool. It says IY6C on it. And you get to show off to your buddies because you won the stage being the fastest. Then, for those of you that want to try on practice score, there's a whole bunch into it. I don't know if I want to get into it much, but you can basically, you have the set of targets. You can do it from your house. It's $35 to buy the set of targets. And then you can run the course of fire every month because every month it'll change. And it's basically to help you get into, like this last one was learning how to do holdovers and getting on target quick from standing to a prone. So each time, every month, there'll be a little bit of something, and then I'll shoot the course of fire, show you how good or bad I did, and then from there, you guys try to beat the time. And at the end of it, we got a nice, big, large trophies that we're going to be handing out at the end of the year for those of you guys that have actually either put your time into practice score or won at one of the matches. Dun, dun, dun. If you want to know more, I will. You can email me and I'll send you a link of all the rules and all the fun that it's going to be. I hear in a beer bottle at 35 yards with a Disney Red Ryder. That's awesome. Let's see. All right, Dick. So we'll get some sent down to you here. What is the status of the keychains? What is the status of them? I just got them. Literally Friday, Travis dropped them off. Let me grab them. I'll show you. I got to paint them though still. Nope. Damn thing's heavy. See all those? Yeah, so those of you that have bought targets already, this is a handful, but these are what they get given. I'm going to paint them. I'm going to paint them this blue, if you can see that, and then I'll send them out. Remember, if you're match directors, I'm actually going to go on Stripe either today or tomorrow and make kits. So basically, if you're a match director, buy a match director set. I'll do like 3 different ones. If you're going to run 6 matches, get the 6 set one, unless you're going to do it for semi-auto and for bolt gun, because then you'd possibly need 2. And then you can buy them in the kit, and I can throw them in the box before you guys order the sets. Remember, this is brand new. This is the first month out. There'll be little hiccups here and there. Finally got the keychains, so the keychains are in. Now we can start moving forward, and we had sold quite a few. There's a lot of different states out there now that have these, which is pretty awesome. But I wish I would have been able to get those keychains together so that when the match directors sent them out, they could. Now, these aren't free. They're not free. They're basically in piles. So basically, they're $3. I pay $1.50 for them. I'm straight up with you. But all the money goes to buying the trophies. So it's not like I'm making any money. So basically, they're $3 a keychain, and then that money will go to the trophies. This guy here, actually, Travis Schmitter, who came in second today, but he builds that badass Machete Yeti one. He built this one here as well. So it's going to be a really nice, impressive trophies when the end of the year will come up. So the end of the year is going to be low power remaining on what? Too much electronics. So that money will go to the trophies. And now that we had somebody from, what state was it? They said they do a lot of NRL, but they have a lot of semi-auto shooters. So I opened it up to semi-autos. Now I got to buy 2 more damn trophies. So I got to buy a trophy for a junior and an adult semi-auto. So that's if they get any. I have not got one time yet or one entry for a semi-auto. So if that doesn't turn around soon, I might just shit can the semi-autos. Let's see. All right. 58. We're on a roll. 68. We're on a roll. Let's see here. Tyler, 63 stages out. So that's brutal. Oh, is it 60? Oh, there he is right there. Kentucky Precision. 68. We're on a roll. Yeah, this is Ben Blevins. He's one of them knuckleheads with the Bagara. I think he's the one on the right. Because the other guy looks like he's got longer hair. That might have been Travis at the time. I don't know. That'd be my guess. So yeah, he's at 68. So hopefully he can clean the stage soon. Need to keep up until after the Cavern. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, I signed up for the Cavern Cove match. That is in Alabama. Right at the day after Chris Simmons's, it was the Pro-Am, or no, it wasn't the Pro-Am. It was another match. And so we're going to be headed that way. Bill Sweeney actually talked me into it. I texted him and haven't got an answer back. So we'll see. Here's Steve Marmaduke. Winner of your stage in my February Crocker Rimfire match was Jeff McPete. So congrats, Jeff McPete, for winning one of these that Steve Marmaduke has. I don't know if you're out there or not, but congratulations. All right. See, all cattle gates for 10 stages. God, I hope not. I would hang that on my review mirror. Right. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to hang on there. I think it'd be kind of cool to put on a backpack. I'm hoping to see these hanging on people's shooters, like tripods and stuff, sometime down the road. And I might do something cool when I see somebody with one of these. It'd be I'm not going to even say anything about it, but if I see one of these on somebody's gear, they might end up with some free stickers or something. Eagle Eye Shooting is out there. Shoot support side on all stages. LOL. Cattle gates suspended by ropes. No tripods allowed. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Dick Hedges just had a match Saturday. Wow, that's a shitload of IY6. Yeah, there's 200 in there, I think. So we got to get those gone so we can help pay for trophies. Let's see. For 35 yards, 10-inch over the target with BB gun. I want one now. Let's see. Found out my match director bought a set of your targets also. We were talking about using them more as an add-on stage for our matches this summer. Yeah, Damon, I hope I'm saying that right. Damon, yeah, there's no problem. If you guys want to do it as a side stage, one of the things for you match directors out there is it is a way for you guys to generate money for your ranges. That's the whole reason behind this whole thing was one of the reasons was to get people that can't shoot matches to be able to sign up for practice score video, the whole backyard able way of shooting. And then also for match directors to generate some kind of money if they want. I know you can basically set it up as a side stage. The problem with the side stage is, one, a lot of people are going to leave after the match. Maybe they got to hurry and get home or whatever the case is. So be careful with that. if you're trying to generate money. Say it's $10 a shooter or $5 a shooter, and it goes to you shooters at your at whatever match you're at, or whatever range you're at for the match directors, and that's awesome. That's the reason behind it. The match director already went out; he bought the sets. Now the sixes are in, so have them contact me, buy some sixes for the people that, and they're $3 a thing, like I said earlier. But it's also not only will the match be making some money, but also it'll give you a chance to, those people can also be put in to my practice score match. If you win the stage, like say you're the match director and you have, shooter X is the name, I need an email and I will add that person and they'll automatically be entered to win. Anybody else that didn't win still has the ability to get into the practice score thing. So if you win the fastest one, right, you will get 2 tickets into the bucket, basically, to win one of the trophies. And then also the people that entered to win but didn't have the fastest will still get an entry in. So they always have a chance. And the more that they do it per month will give them more chances of winning at the end. And then whoever won that will get a little bonus because they'll get 1 extra ticket as well. So, and that'll take place every month. Let's see. How much is shipping? Basically, the shipping's free. I'm eating the shipping. The targets are $35. What it costs to ship these out, I don't know officially yet, because these were designed to go into the United States Postal Service box, and basically it's one of those whatever fits ships kind of thing. That's the reason why I really wished I had these earlier. But now, if you already ordered a set, and I need to figure out shipping on this, so I'll end up eating shipping again, because I'm just going to charge $3. So unless I can figure out how to add a couple bucks or whatever the case is, I don't know. It depends on where it goes and all that stuff. So I kind of just say, well, sometimes it'll cost a hair less here, but sometimes it'll cost a hair more there. So I'll just kind of average it out. So I might have to add a few bucks for shipping. I don't know. I don't mind not making money. I just don't want to lose money having fun doing this. So let's see. Our club in RL22, about 1/3, half are running Ruger 10/22 semis. Okay, Damon, that's freaking awesome. I really don't mind. I just need him to, whoever ends up winning the thing really needs to get one of these. So have the gentleman order them, or maybe it was you, I can't remember. But then have them put in the times and give me the time so I can put them into practice score as a semi-auto. Because if I'm not seeing any 10/22s in there, I've seen a few bolt guns. I've seen a few videos on some bolt gun stuff, but I haven't seen any semi-autos, because two trophies is about $300, and I got to order four trophies. So that's $600 just in trophies. And if I'm not getting if I'm not getting a lot of people doing the 10/22s, then it's just kind of a waste of $300. I don't see the link for the small metal. I haven't done that yet, DW. I just got these Friday, and I've been gone since Friday, basically. I've been gone Saturday. From Saturday, I drove to Tennessee, so I haven't even been home. I've been home with the whole weekend, a total of 2 hours now. So I haven't had a chance yet. But I'll add it as a pack. I'll have them as separate. I'll do that kind of stuff, but I have not done that yet. What's up, Luca? Good evening. See, DW, they're not up yet. Try tomorrow. There you go. Thank you, Dick. What's up, Vanessa Keaty? Let's see. Abigail, I believe 1080, the small priority. Yeah, those things, when you buy the thing, it's a free box, but you have to pay $10.80. So when I'm charging $35, that's shipped. So there's really not much money being made for the target. So enough on the money. I'm not sitting here trying to make money. Just finished my 457 build PDC custom chassis Arkin SH4. Hopefully I can shoot it as good as it looks. I hope so too. Sleep, Max. Mine's better because it's camera. Charge $5 donation for you shooting sports and shot during match. Charged $5 donation for you shooting. There you go. Yes, included $35. All Blackwatch proceeds go to our junior shooter pro. Yeah, Dick Hedges, I would say, is leading the way nationally. Now, I haven't met everybody. I don't know all their programs. Just from what I've seen, what I've heard, all the feedback, all the awesomeness going on. And Dick's a very humble guy, but he's done an amazing job for our youth shooters. I mean, over the top. He's got freaking borrowed rifles to borrow, ammo, bags. He's got, and a lot of organizations have really helped him out because of his junior program. He's got raffle stuff going on, which I think is going to end very soon. But they're doing it's basically you can win a vacation. I think it's $25 a ticket, and they're going to pull a raffle ticket, and then those proceeds, all that goes to the youth shooting sport. So he's actually working on some high schools now, getting high school teams together. If you guys don't know, Dick Hedge is 100 miles an hour, and all of it is for helping the youth shooter, which is an amazing thing in itself. Don't tell him I said it because I don't want him to get a big head and think I like him and stuff. I don't want that to happen. So don't tell him. But yeah, he's doing a freaking outstanding job. Let's see. Only charge $15 for match plus $5 donation. 2012. There you go. After you get it set up for the keychains, will you email me everyone that ordered targets with link to be able to purchase? After you get it set up for the keychains, will you email everyone that ordered targets with link to be able to purchase? That might be possible. There's about 70 sets out there. I think maybe I can try. Best way, if you already know you need a set, you can email me or just wait a couple days and I'll have it up on Stripe. You should be able to go to it and see the different things. So we'll figure it out though. We'll definitely get you hooked up. My rifles all better because they're mine, Abigail says. Hit the thumbs up button, Dick Hedges says. Man, he's still here. He heard what I said. Dang it. I take it all back. Worst guy ever. Let's see. He knows I'm kidding. All right. So back to the Brian Putney match. So started on stage 3. It was 10 rounds, 2 targets. And it was pretty good. I would say, as starting out with anything, right? There wasn't a lot of shooters like going to a Chris Simmons match. Yesterday we shot with 60 people-ish. I think it was like 57 or something. We'll just call it even 60 just to make it easy. And, today's match was, I don't know the actual count. Is Putney out there still? Brian, are you out there? If so, holler how many shooters there was. I would say I would guess 12, 13. So in order for things to happen, like Mars points, you got to have a certain amount of shooters, and I think it's 15 or 16. And we were just under it. So I know it's maybe we're like a 12, 13 or something like that. And so we didn't have enough shooters to get Mars points, which is kind of a bummer because Mars, you need to be in 4 different basically kind of regions, 4 different areas to get the points to work. And we were just under it. So it was a bummer. So the more people we can get out shooting, the better off we'll be. And the more we'll learn. I will say we did have some wind, and it wasn't crazy wind at the Course of Fire today at dead zero. But it was enough to definitely push you off target, especially on the small stuff. And some of the things that we're doing when we have a target, say the target's this big. Let's just use this since it's kind of a target. Say this target, when you look through your reticle, is 6/10, right? basically 0.6 of a mil. And you got a wind, and it's saying it's saying you got to hold, let's say 0.3 or whatever. And we know the wind's coming this way. So if we hold 0.3, then we're basically, if we try to put 0.3, if we try to put the center here and then we calculate the wind, I don't know a way to do this besides going like that. We're probably going to be off the edge here. So we want to hold over here, and I'm preaching to the choir, but last weekend shooting the center fire match, my brain would not tell me to hold farther over than I was going in 0.2 increments, and I'm missing every time. And then finally I hit because I was holding enough. It's like, look where you shot, use that reticle, bring it over, and then you should be centered up. Well, I wasn't doing that. So this weekend it was tough again. We had winds and did a little better per se, but I wish I could figure out a way to learn wind better. Let's see. Finally get some Rim-X actions in tomorrow. Oh, nice. All right. Eagle Eyes. My rifle going to be ready? I'm just kidding. He's got like freaking 400 of them. I was talking to, what the heck was his name? Dang it. Real nice guy. He was at VOD yesterday. Says you have all the components and you're waiting on, you're building his rifle, Kenny. And he's like, everything's there except the action. So that's cool. He'll be getting his rifle pretty soon then. Yeah, MPA hangovers. Yeah, I'm still having hangovers from that match for sure. But it was a good match. So to end Brian Putney's questions, I really thought you did an amazing job for your first match. One of the downfalls was it's a new match, so you don't have a bazillion shooters yet. So congratulations on running an amazing first match, and hope to see more shooters get involved out there and shoot your matches. Other than that, I thought the course fires were amazing. Some of the barricades were tricky. The rubber tires, the first one, especially on the left, was very wobbly, which is part of the thing. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. So I didn't have any issues with your barricades at all. Thought they were really good. Other than that was a lack of shooters for me, and you didn't give any trophies for Ben and Travis. So you just could have smacked him at least. You should have given him something. A good smacking would have been okay. Let's see. The wait is just getting longer. Actions have been back ordered and 2 months late. Yeah, I can see that. A lot of the stuff's being 2 months late. Seems like ammo's getting a little better component-wise to find. I know I found 2,000, which should have been at my door already, and they're not. But those haven't showed up yet. But I ordered 2,000 VLD 105 grain projectiles. So those should be coming one of these days. Other than that, I figured I'd jump on here and talk a little bit about it. Super excited and heard great things about the challenge. So people had a lot of fun shooting it. I actually shot it horribly. Some people shot it really good. And then some people had a tough time. It is a tough stage. If you're not used to, and we'll have to talk about this when we get the guests on next week, but if you're not used to holding, I will tell you Saturday, everything but 2 stages I had to hold over because there was so little time and so many movements and so many positions. So it was pretty tough. Ammo's been getting better, but loading supplies are still here to come by in my area. Yeah, it almost depends. It's almost like all the powders on one side of the United States. All the primers are over here on this side. Brass is lightly scattered out, kind of like clouds. And then bullets are sometimes in that area over here. Let's see. I'm back in town. We'll get caught up with you tomorrow. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Dick Hedges was on a camping trip. Forgot about that. All right. Any other questions before we move on to different topics? We got Ben Stapleton out there. Let's see. I just saw the upcoming VOD Pro-Am got dropped and switched to a team match. Not enough turnout. The problem is there's not enough amateurs. With the rules and regulations, oh, look at Seaback trying to get a Remax. A lefty. I want a lefty. If you have ever shot like over 40 percentile, or if you have placed in a match or top 10, or there was all these rules that made basically what you would consider, an average shooter a pro. And it's like, so, I'd go, hey, can this guy shoot with me? He's all, no, you can't shoot with him. And then someone would ask, well, can this guy shoot with me? No. And it'd be, how about this guy? Can I shoot with this guy? No. And it was always no. And it was like, well, how the hell are we going to get enough amateurs? It'd be like driving to freaking Home Depot, just grabbing a guy that's sitting there and, have him jump in the car and go, let's go shoot a PRS match. So it made it tough. It was going to make it super tough for Chris to try to figure out the yays and the nays. I think what they should have done, or even it'd be cool to do, is you put everybody in a damn hat, per se. But then just pull two names out. Okay, that's the team. That's team one. Pull two names out. That's team two. That'd be the only way to make it fair. Because with the, trying to get people enough pros and enough amateurs together, it's not going to happen. Let's see. Primers and H4350 Varget and brass are typically in stock for a few minutes a day, every day. Yeah. You mean typically, yeah, you did say a few minutes. I remember someone had texted me that there was something in stock. I clicked on the thing. It was already an auto link to it. I had clicked on it, and it was freaking out already. I mean, that's how fast stuff goes. Anyone have a lead on a 1 in 14 Krieger barrel? Oh, you guys in your 1 in 14s. Oh, 1 in 14s. I recall Target Sports USA had primers last week. Expensive. Yeah, and the places where you are finding the stuff it's either too crazy. I actually bought 2 pounds of Varget, kind of just for Matt Pierce because he's shooting some 6BR stuff or whatever the hell he's shooting now. And just in case he wanted it. But it was $50 a jug. Normally it's, I don't know, 28. I guess it depends on where you're getting it and what year you're in. But it's $50 a jug, and I'm like, hell, I'd rather spend $50, have it per jug, and then not have it. And so I ended up buying it. Let's see. So yeah, even if you can't find stuff, it has been bumped up. And remember those places that really gouge deep, because you need to, when stuff comes back in stock, you should not buy from them. Tell them to pack sand, because that's only fair. Show them the hurt in the pocket after they finally get stuff in, because they're taking advantage, which is a bummer. But yeah, like Ben had said, I like the team match idea. So now I guess I got to find a partner to shoot with. Dun, 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 dun. That should be easy enough. Let's see, Chris Smith's out there. All right, any other questions? Gave up on powder burns, PCP, FX3, no ammo. What's up, West One Spence? All right, so here's a question for you guys. You guys are shooting a lot. You're shooting some long range stuff, and you're trying to figure out the best way. What's up, Bald and Curious? You're trying to figure out the best way to learn wind. How would you do it? Here's a way that I thought may work and may not work. I would say the thing that's that's slowing me down from being a better shooter is the ability to wind, the ability to learn wind, be able to call wind. And that's probably the case for most people, just because it's so not, I guess it depends on what part of the world you're in, but so not constant. It's changing up drastically. Ben said because he has one of those weather vanes on the top of his tripod. He says when I was shooting the stage, it actually did a complete circle. So being able to figure out what your wind is tough. So I thought, okay, if you were to take a 300, let's just call it a 600 yard by 600 yard square acreage, right? Or 600 yards by 600 yards. Right now we're talking rimfire, or we could say 1,600 yards by 1,600 yards, and we set up wind flags everywhere. We set up targets so that when, let's just call it easy for now. Let's just say it's going 8 miles an hour from 3 o'clock straight. So it's basically a full value wind coming like this. We set targets up. We do the wind thing. We got the flags out there. We're doing everything we can to really learn wind. Now, 8 miles an hour wind, we closing our eyes. We're feeling it hitting our face. We're seeing what our shirt's doing, or whatever the case is, looking at our gear or, what things are moving around that is a 8-hour wind. 8-hour wind. Geez, come on, Rick. 8 mile per hour wind. And then we engage the targets. And then hopefully they're, rectangles and they're this way. So we're aiming at the target and, it's going off of where it should be because of the wind. Now we can say, okay, that says, I don't know. Let's say it says a half a mil is what it is. And our Kestrel says it's half a mil. So we're like, okay, cool. We can kind of confirm that our Kestrel is correct for that style wind. Now we do the same exact thing. And because we have this perfect picture thing that we made, which was, a certain acreage, right? Now we're going and we're basically going at, let's say 1:30. So instead of it being 3 o'clock, it's at 1:30. Well, we know that we need to start subtracting from what it really is because it's not impacting the bullet as much. But let's just say it says it's 2.5 mils, or not 2.5, 0.2 mils or 0.3 mils. And now we're in that section and we engage that target and it was 2.5 mils. Like we're like, okay, the Kestrel really works well. Now it's a matter of learning it. But I want to know, that's basically what our plan is to do. Kind of that. A lot more with flags though. I want to be able to do, I'll break it down to you. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm basically going to run post and I'm going to run flagging at different lengths. And I'm basically going to figure out how long it needs to be for 1 mile an hour, maybe 5 miles an hour, a couple things in between there. So we can tell when the wind's breaking down. We can tell when it's going up. So in order to get that piece of flagging fully, like this, we know that it's X amount of miles per hour. And then the shorter ones, X amount of miles per hour. To get an idea in our minds, then we can say, okay, that flag is going, that's 5 miles an hour, that's 15 miles an hour, whatever you want to set them at. But now you're looking at the bushes, you're looking at the weeds, the grass, the trees, and then try to mentally remember all this crap so that you can say, because a lot of times you go and you may be shooting in like these bays and have a big building next to you. You're really not getting the wind that's out there. So now you can say, okay, I remember the Mirage, maybe it wasn't doing this, it was doing this. And that was about 8 to 12 miles an hour, and then you're like, okay, because you're looking at the weeds, you're looking through everything. And I just want to get better at doing that, being able to go, oh yeah, even though my Kestrel right here is, the wind's coming this way, it's probably eddying around the building when the wind's really coming this way out there. So it's like, okay, I need to know what's out there. I really don't care what's right here where I'm at. So I'm looking, and that's what I want to get better at. So hopefully you guys as well. Zen wind calls with Rick. Yeah. See, like Eagle Eye Shooting, I've been out to his place. He's out in the middle of Arizona, which is a really good place for doing shit like that because you can shoot in almost damn near any direction you want, out to miles even, and really get an idea so you can get an idea of what, like we talked about with the wind stuff. But if you guys have a better idea on really trying to mentally, because it takes a while for me, because it's hard in here. I'm hard-headed when it comes to remembering stuff. Being able to go, oh yeah, that's 8 miles an hour, or somewhere around 8 miles an hour. So at least I can go, okay, and then get to the point where you're all, okay, so 8 miles an hour for 250 yards, that's probably going to be X. Because when you're shooting, you can't be like, oh, okay, wait, the wind changed, that's going to be this. Because you only get what you get on your dope card. Now, if you wrote everything in, yeah, obviously it'd help, but there's no way in hell you can do that. So just being able to go, okay, you know what? It should be about 2/10 now, or it should be 1.5 mils. And that's how I think I get over wind kicking my ass at every match. I shoot okay when the wind's not blowing, but as soon as the wind starts blowing, boy and girls, it turns to I've been calling it a shit sandwich lately. Sorry for the bad word, but it is what it is. Print on paper at different distances in the wind always holds center. Yes. So Dick's basically saying instead of using steel, use paper out there, which makes perfect sense. I'll always point at the target where it's supposed to be. So when your bullet hits right here, you can use your reticle to go, okay, that's X amount of miles per hour. That actually pushed my bullet X amount of tenths of a mil, or if you shoot MOA, whatever. But it'll tell you what it is through your reticle, and then you're like, okay, I know at X amount of distance with X amount of wind, it should push my bullet X amount of tenths of mils over. And Bill Sweeney's in the house finally. Hopefully you got my text and signed up. Let's see. NSA slugs. Shooting slugs. Let's see. 32 grains versus 46 grains. 1050 feet per second is a difference. Mind as well. Throw a rock at 50 yards of shooting a 32 grain PCP in the wind. They do a 1050 feet per second. FX impact 322 cal. I think more shooters have issues with wind when they are correcting off bad shots. If you aren't making solid shots, no matter how good your wind call is, you will miss. That's a good thing too. Actually, a great comment, Tyler, as always. But there was a position today. It was basically a really tall tank trap. And you had to go from 4 positions, 3 shots. And I was doing really good. And then I got to, I think it was the 3rd position. And I put my bag down. I couldn't use the crux of the tank trap anymore. So I put it on the arm because it was pretty high. And I'm like, okay. And I put it on there. And I'm like trying to manipulate my gray ops plate to be flat, and it's trying to slide down. And I'm okay. I got extra 30 seconds. I'm gonna just be smart about this and reposition. Take the extra second and start over again and reposition. Get a solid base. And then I did that, and I think I didn't hit it anyways. But I know for a fact I wouldn't have hit those targets. And they weren't crazy far. Let's see, it was like stage. She will then go to the next rung. That's not it. So is this one stage 2? No, not in it. Yeah, it is. 4 positions, 12 rounds. Yeah, it was the distances were 100. No, the distances were 100 yards and 120 yards. So there was 2 targets at 100, 2 hangers, and then there was a target at 120 yards. So it was a matter of, okay, I got to deal with wind, 1, and then 2, trying to get a good position. So I really was smart about it. For the fact is, I'm like, okay, I have enough time, reposition, get a good base, and then start over. I do shoot pistol matches. We got a couple. Well, Brian, it's more a 3-gun than it is just a pistol match. I haven't shot a pistol match by itself in a while. But we got a couple 3-guns coming up. I got the ammo already. The matches are in October, I think. Everybody moved to squad 3 before I registered. I'm in number 2. Damn it, Bill. I had texted you. Let's see. Sorry I'm late. How's it going, Rick? What's up, born to be a shooter, Josh? How you doing, buddy? Use large splatter targets at longer ranges. Yeah, so the wind thing is, if we could figure that out, we would definitely be hitting more targets. I will say, Saturday's match, the wind was tough. The targets were tough. But if I would have been a better wind caller and had mentally known, well, it feels like this, and I probably need to hold that now instead of whatever's on my dope card is what it is until I see a bullet miss. I'm like, okay, I need to come over, 4/10 left or whatever. Oh, and by the way, Bill Sweeney, he's shooting Remix now. He actually did really well this last Saturday. I thought he shot really well. He was definitely shooting better as far as impacts, for sure. He seemed more confident this match as well, which is cool. Him and Willard are always battling it out. It's fun to watch. Let's see here. So any other things that you guys do for wind? We talked about what I want to do. I haven't done it yet. MXJ23 says, wind is my nemesis. Yeah, it's tough, especially if it's all swirly or if it's very inconsistent. Now, if you had a wind that was 5 miles an hour and it was, full value the whole day, I'd be like, I'm going to dial X amount of tenths in and I'm just going to shoot shit straight. But it's never like that. Well, no, I won't say never, but it's always something. It's here, it's there. It's always swirling around doing some stupid stuff. So I would like to really spend a lot of time out in the field with flags and shooting from different distances. Actually, this match right here, this DRC match, that's a really good place to learn wind as well. You're actually on a knoll, and then there's basically the 50-yard things here for the people that have shot there. This side over here is the longer range stuff, and you shoot down into this valley. And then over here, you kind of there's a little canyon, like a little mini canyon, and then the other part of the mountain. So the wind does a lot of different stuff from here. So you got 180 degrees of different wind values. So depending on what stage you're on. So it's really cool learning to try to shoot in the wind. It's not fun or cool to shoot in the wind because it makes it more difficult, but at the end of the day, you're going to be a better shooter. And it's just a matter of fighting through all the shitty stages that you sucked at. And I did a good job of fighting through them. Actually, I didn't do a good job. I will say I felt I was embarrassing myself Saturday. I wasn't shooting good, and I don't know. I mean, I wasn't making a fool of myself per se, but I was making a fool of myself when I shouldn't have. I mean, I wasn't like throwing guns and like screaming and hollering and shit, but I cussed a few times, and that's not a good sportsman conduct, right? I was kind of bummed after I left. I was like, man, I really should be better at this. trying to promote the sport of shooting, and I'm over here in my mind acting a fool. So if you heard me, I apologize. But I'm like, man, but at the end of the day, it was me not learning wind, me not learning how to be as proficient at holding over as I should, being able to mentally prepare that stage of my mind, mentally look through the binos and the spotting scope stuff, get an idea of where those targets are exactly. And I was writing reference points down to like where trees had fallen and bushes, and I was really trying to be good at this. And these courses of fire were new. They were cut trails going straight up the mountains and stuff. So, but there was a lot of, we're talking a 22 match. So we're talking basically little ass targets, trying to shoot these things. But the hardest part was trying to find them. And so mentally being better at going, okay, I know exactly where that target's going to be and exactly where the next target's going to be, what I need to hold. Everything, there was a lot of hold stuff. I think I only dialed 2 stages. Everything was holds. The confirmation one was really tough. And I had said I would talk about it later when the other shooters do the thing. But at the end of the day, I was like, man, I should have been better. I should have done better. So as what I would try to say as an ambassador to the sport of shooting, I want to be an ambassador to the sport of shooting to help people. I should have been a better me yesterday. Actually, today, too, there's a couple times I was like, damn it. And I think it's just the want of trying to do good. But at the end of the day, don't be an idiot. You're there to have fun. That was the one thing yesterday. I was like, I'm not even having fun right now. I'm not even having fun. Why am I here? I need to get my truck, get the hell out of here. But I'm not a quitter either. So it's like, So focus on having fun first off. And if you can get past having fun, enjoy shooting. And then if you get lucky enough and you hit targets, well, then hell, you did good. Question, Rick. On a stage, how many times do you play with the parallax engaging targets from 50 to 150 on the same stage? Keep seeing some channels emphasize the importance. I will tell you the last 2 days, I will tell you first off, I noticed. So for those of you that do or don't know, I went from a Gen 2, a 4.5 to 27 Vortex Razor to a Gen 3, 6 to 36. I will say I noticed that the parallax is not as correct enough. Like there's always a little bit, depending, because you're going from all these targets and you don't have time to, at least the last match, not today, but the last match, you didn't have time to do anything. So I will say if it's, let's just say, what did you say? 50 to 150. I would probably run it at 110-ish, right in there. Because I remember yesterday, I shot a complete stage with the parallax shit till the last target. So, I mean, it was fuzzy square. And I'm like, that's the target. Ding. And it was completely out of focus. You could tell the shape of it, kind of. And I'm like, I know that's a target. So it wasn't perfect parallax. Am I doing it every time? No. Today, I probably touched the parallax twice. And that was in 8 stages today. But I try to find a happy medium, and I'll look at it at first, before I'm up and kind of give it the old guess. Like, yeah, I'm going to go I got those 5 targets. I'll shoot for the 3rd target, like crystal clear. Then I'll be a little bit blurry and a little bit blurry at the end. But I do notice that the Gen 3 is not as forgiving. So we're talking 6 to 36 now. We're talking 4.5 to 27. And I really love the Gen 3 glass. It's really amazing. But I will say it seems like the parallax seems to always be less perfect going from distances compared to when I was shooting the 4.5 to 27. And I've shot the 4.5 to 27 a lot. And this whole year I've been shooting the Gen 3. So I have noticed that a little bit. Joe M says, set my parallax for the midpoint for distances and never touch it during the stage. Yeah. Now today we had time because it was 2 minutes. So on a couple of them, I was like, just a little bit. But BC Extreme does the same thing. Looking at the targets through the glass from the shooting position. Yeah, so I kind of I shoot for the middle. I like to shoot. Well, hell, West won. I like to shoot too. So 50% less is a big deal. 50% less. What the hell are we talking about here? I must have missed it. What's up, Mr. Thomas Rowland? For the ammo. Yeah, 50% less is definitely when you're buying it big time. Oh, here we go. This is the question. Well, I've shot both. Not that much difference to me, but you are the master. I want you to build a Remex. Ammo is still an issue for me. Just bought a brick of Wolf Match. Gotcha. Now I'm caught up to you guys, I think. Joe M says, constantly force and remind myself to make big, bold corrections after a miss, at least half the width of the plate. Yeah, that's exactly what needs to happen. Because at the center fire match, I was doing a horrible job of that. I was moving over 2/10. Oh, look, a miss again. 2/10, a miss again. And from the guy's spotting it looked like it was going in the exact same spot, which we talked a little bit about that before. But yeah, you got to really, if you're like, okay, that's definitely a miss, then I need to come all the way over to the other side to give myself the whole thing to hit. So my brain has trouble talking to my body when it comes to getting that to all come together. And so I think that's the reason why we got to go out and shoot matches and practice more. So I don't know. I want to be better at wind. I'm actually planning on the plan is to shoot. This is just like a check off bucket list thing. So it's not like it's going to take place all in 1 year or so. But my plan is to shoot a lot of different states. I want to shoot in every state some point, not soon, but like, so that's why you kind of see me traveling out to little places. I'm trying to like get a mental check off list of being able to shoot. Okay, I shot that state, that state, that state. I get to see the scenery, which is cool. Sometimes visit friends, but that's my plan. For the ammo. Gotcha, Wes. So if you guys come up with a cool way to learn how to do wind, let me know, because I could use it. I started off, I think it was only to here, so I'm doing pretty good. But it is becoming 1 hour and 13 minutes, so we got 15 minutes left. I do have some special guests. I'll repeat it again in case you showed up. Should be on the chat coming up next week. They're female shooters, and one group of them is we shot with Saturday, and then the other lady I shot with a couple weeks ago, and she's going to be on here. The other girls are going to be on here another day next week. So if you have any female shooters that are thinking about getting into shooting, I'm going to really try to push to get some more female shooters. Their thoughts on it, how they train, all that kind of stuff, what gear they use, some of the things they like and dislike about shooting with a bunch of guys. And kind of go over all the different things, the reason why they started shooting and so on. Making a whole kind of interview thing about them. And then really try to emphasize to get women to shoot, whether it's your wives, your aunts, whatever the case is, your daughters. The sport, we go to these matches and it's 99% guys. Now, I know guys like to shoot, but girls should like to shoot just as much. But if we're going to be, I'm not saying we are, but if we're going to be assholes and we're going to say things, or we're going to be intimidating, or we're going to be whatever, macho, or we're going to be all these things that may make people of the other the hell's it called? The other ladies not want to come shoot because, we're doing whatever. Those are things we need to work on. But I want to promote the sport of shooting not only to men and young kids, boys, but to also ladies and young ladies, because that's our future. That's how we keep our Second Amendment live, and so that I know, because I'm not young anymore, but when I go away, I want to make sure that people still want to pull the trigger and hit targets at distances or whatever the case is, or pistols or whatever, and keep it going and continue to keep the sport going. So let's all help each other by promoting, getting our ladies out there and our friends, our neighbors, our daughters. So other than that, we got 15 minutes left. Any last questions? If you haven't got any targets and you're interested in shooting the IY6C target challenge, I don't have the link because I haven't saved it, but I'll put it down below this video, where you can also buy the keychains if you are a match director, and we will get those sent out to you right away. Other than that, I don't got much for you. I know there was quite a few of us in here earlier. We're at 41 viewers, so that's pretty good. But enjoy, have fun. Again, I apologize for not being the best ambassador Saturday. I was a cranky pants, and I apologize for that. And remember, it wasn't like I was going crazy. I know I could have done better as far as sportsmanship. I couldn't have done any better as a shooter because I did not do well that day. But congratulations to all that did well. Always % ready. Let's see. Thanks, bro, for getting information out there for the 22 LR world. I'm just going into it, learning lots from your videos on YouTube. Keep up the hard work. My wife and I are trying to get it together. My wife and I are trying probably to do it together. That's awesome. I am so excited for Tony and Debbie Maupin. They are a husband and wife. I think they're retired now, I would assume, because they go everywhere. They shoot every match. And not only do they shoot every match, this last year they have been slaying it. They have been shooting amazing. And that is so cool. I would love to find someone that enjoys traveling and shooting together and just having fun and seeing all the sights and stuff. But for some reason, there's not any pretty ladies out there that want to go travel the world and shoot. At least I haven't found them yet. Now, if you have one in your basement tied up, let me know. No, I'm just kidding. But it's true. Finding someone that enjoys your sport as much as you do is kind of tough. Let's see here. So, with that said, any other questions before we get the heck out of here? Give you guys a second, because it takes a little bit. Dun, dun, dun. I appreciate it, West One. All right, we'll call that. I know that it takes you guys a minute. Fellows been curious on what people do. Yeah, the parallax kitty, there's really not, at least on the 90-second stages, it's tough unless you're like shooting modified prone and it's like super easy. But like yesterday we had 6 positions. What was it, 6 positions? It was 6 distances, and it was a confirmation one, so you had to do this the whole time. There's just really no way. You would not have been changing your parallax every time. So you just go with that fuzzy thing, and it's, and you're not shooting perfect precision because your parallax is not perfect, but it's going to be as good as it's going to get if you're going to try to get to all 12 of them targets. If you're paying, I'm willing. No, Chris Beck. Sorry, buddy. Law don't go around here, law dog, like that. All right. Let's see. All right. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Have fun. You guys still got a half a month before you need to get the times in for the challenge. So if you have your video, you're good with your last and fastest time. Send in the results so we can get them all posted up, and we'll have fun. Let's see who was the fastest of the fastest. At least for this month. I'm sure it'll change every month. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the kind of just a slap together chat. Not that the other ones aren't, but I just felt like saying hi, talking a little bit about the 2 matches today and yesterday, and it is what it is. And remember, get everybody to go shoot a match. Oh, we got David Martin out there. South Dakota. What's going on, David? All right, we are going. We are done. Hopefully, David, you've been here a while, but we are getting the hell out of here. The chat is over in a few minutes. Appreciate it, BC Extreme. Have a good night, Hesaw. If you want to say hi on the way out, let me know, and I'll shout out your name. Tim Rink, have a good night. All right, you guys are done. Have a good night. Be safe.